Hello, everybody, and welcome to Codenamed Epics Off Topic Episode 2. This is actually the official name. We actually decided on it last podcast.
Right in the middle of the podcast, actually.
Right, yeah. Stroke of brilliance hit us. So I'm here with
Black Superman.
This is Kirby Kid, and what are we talking about today?
Well, we're going to start out talking about the Avengers trailer, and first off, let me just start out by apologizing for coming to work yesterday and not mentioning to you that this trailer was there.
I know.
That was just wrong.
Yeah, I watched the thing like 5 times, like in a row. It was fantastic.
I mean, I would have paid actual money to go see that in a theater.
Yeah.
It was just that good.
I've been hoping to see it when I see other movies, but they're being lame.
Actually, I mean, but to be perfectly honest, being able to watch that on the computer for free, I mean, that was like I could come home and smoke a cigarette afterwards. It was just that good.
Alright, so what else are we talking about?
So, we're going to talk about a little bit about the Avengers trailer. We got a few things going on in the works, but so what did you think about the Avengers trailer?
I'm trying to find the right amazing word to describe it. Of course, it had my favorite scene of Hulk just punching a plane in the face, which is just, I think, hilarious. And then one of the planes just explodes because it chipped his leg. And the Hulk didn't move, it just exploded.
Proving once again that the Hulk is the
strongest one there is, of course. I like the little fight between Captain America, Iron Man, and Thor. It looks like Iron Man actually has some moves, which he usually doesn't have because he sucks.
Well, that's kind of an opinion now.
Well, I mean, like a hand-to-hand fighting. Like, he's good at the whole, I'm smarter than you, I can fly around and shoot lasers and come up with all these awesome tactics. But, it's like in the cartoon where Cap always tells him, you need to learn how to fight. Like, fight. Like, hand-to-hand combat.
Not have the armor.
Yeah. I mean, he does pretty well at it. I mean, plus, when you move it as fast as he does, you really don't even really need to be that good, I guess.
That's true.
Because you have enough time to make up for your mistakes.
Yeah, and whatever he doesn't make up for, Jarvis takes care of.
It's true.
So the living AI thing helps him out a whole lot.
A whole lot.
Okay, is there anything that you didn't like about the Avengers trailer?
Well, we were talking about how the new Hulk's face looks kind of weird.
Yeah,
I will blindly love and accept it because it is the Hulk.
See, and I actually, to me, the new the new model of the Hulk there, he looks like the Jack Kirby Hulk from the '60s, where he's big but he's not really that muscular and his face is kind of deformed.
Right.
I don't have a problem with it because it's the Hulk.
Yeah.
And I'm the same thing. I'm the same way. I'm just going to love him because he's the Hulk. And as long as he says Hulk smash and hits something, I'm cool.
Right.
But as compared to the model that they had for the Incredible Hulk movie, it's not anywhere near as cool.
Yeah. But I'm sure it'll still be good though. One thing I really like though is how in the midst of all like the fighting and stuff, Black Widow is talking to Hawkeye like, I don't think we're ready for this. It's like we don't have any powers, we can't do anything. All we can do is shoot guns and arrows against things from space, which they haven't really announced yet. But I think we all know what it might be.
Yeah,
we'll let you find out for yourself.
But by the same token, Black Widow and Hawkeye can't. They're like two of the most skilled people on the planet. Meanwhile, you've got normal army guys out there with their little tanks and machine guns getting trounced.
Right.
At least you've got the Hulk backing you.
Exactly. Yeah.
So yeah, I think they're in better shape.
Yeah, and speaking of that, I really loved when Black Widow was like, I'll have to persuade you, to Bruce Banner. And like the next scene in the trailer, he's like chasing her through the hallway, and she's like, "Oh crap, maybe I should have done this." But I really want to see how they're gonna get the Hulk to team up, because it's not hard to get Banner to want to help you out, but to try and get the Hulk,
actually, it's harder to get Banner to want to help.
You think? If the world's at stake, he might come and help you do something else, but to get him to be the Hulk, and then once he's the Hulk, to get the Hulk to listen to you.
Well, the Hulk is actually intrinsically just a good guy who gets attacked a lot.
Right.
So it's like, the army shoots at him and then he still goes and saves everybody before going back to New Mexico and telling everyone to leave him alone. Yeah. So it's not like getting the Hulk to help you out is really that difficult. You just have to stop shooting at him.
Yeah, I guess that's a little easy. Yeah, just like
Banner,
don't attack him.
Banner, on the other hand, just really wants to be left alone because he doesn't want to be the Hulk.
All right.
So yeah, no, I think it's a lot harder actually to get Banner to help you out because Banner doesn't like not being in control.
Right.
And when the Hulk is there, he's not in control.
No, at all. So, what do you think is going to lead to the whole Iron Man, Thor, Cap showdown?
Who wants to be the leader? Captain America doesn't want to be the leader. Thor isn't really going to believe anybody else should be the leader, and Tony Stark is Tony Stark. Tony Stark is the most smug person in the whole Marvel universe, except for maybe Doctor Doom,
Right.
and that's probably
no one is more smug than Doom.
and Doom would probably take offense to saying that anyone was close enough to being smug as he is.
Yeah. And then he would incinerate you.
Yeah, he would. That's horrible.
He's Doom.
Yeah, he could do it.
Laws do not apply to Doom.
Anywhere. So, but actually, it would be kind of cool to see Doctor Doom in there, but he wouldn't team up with anybody. If Loki wasn't working for him, he's not having it.
Right. I wonder why the Hulk wasn't in that showdown though.
Would you really want to have a showdown with the Hulk? Well, Thor does.
He really does. Thor really wants to do that. I know Cap was like, I'd probably be like, nah, I'm good. I like this whole living thing. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, and Tony Stark just isn't that dumb.
No. I mean...
Not with his normal armor.
Yeah, I mean, like, later on, I guess in the movie universe, they'll probably come up with the Hulkbuster, and then it'll get busted over and over and over again.
Yeah, the Hulkbuster armor. I mean, and he keeps calling them that, but they don't ever really actually do what they're built for.
No, they get busted by the Hulk.
A lot.
Yeah, I mean, has it ever worked?
Yeah, there was this one time, but the Hulk was like turning into Banner at the time that it was happening. So, you know, like he had won the fight and he was walking away and he's turning into Banner and he got shot in the back. There was that one time.
Wow. So a loser win.
Yeah, pretty much.
All right, well, it's gonna be a good movie because I don't accept failure. I'm sure it's gonna be awesome. And now you said that they had the toys out.
Already. Yeah, they're already. I saw them in Target a couple of days ago, and they look pretty much exactly like the movie, which again leads me to the whole Hulk. He's not anywhere near as defined as he should be, but he's still huge.
Right.
And you know, for everyone out there who's wondering if the Hulk and Thor actually get to tie up, the Hulk toy actually says Hulk smash Thor. So I believe that points out that the Hulk and Thor are going to get to throw down at least once.
That's going to be a good fight.
It's going to be a great fight.
I mean, like, they're going to have to like both agree to stop fighting. I mean, because they can't get broken up. Like, who's going to step in the middle of that?
Yeah, really.
Right, you know.
I mean, especially in this particular iteration, there's nobody strong enough to get between those two.
They're going to have to say, look, we should stop fighting. And that's not easy for either of them to do. So
it's probably easier for Thor.
Probably easy for Thor because he has his whole, you know, the reason part of his brain is still there.
I don't know, but he still has his warrior's rage also.
Yeah, but I think, but he knows, you know, when to put it away and, you know, go help people. Hulk's like, you know what? I'm gonna keep smashing this one thing that's in front of me over and over again. But no, I'm really excited and can't wait for more trailers to come out. And I know some people were saying that they were mad that it seems like it's spoiling what's happening. And it's like, look, I can't wait till May. That's just not going to happen. So I need something to keep me okay till then.
And let's be real. I mean, this is a superhero movie, so we're not talking about something where we don't know who's going to win.
Right.
You know, it's one thing to say, well, you're spoiling us with the trailers or whatever, if you're talking about some movie where you think the main character might possibly die.
Right.
The Avengers aren't going to die.
Nope.
And Marvel can't really afford to kill the Avengers because, realistically speaking, this is a multi-billion-dollar thing, the investment that they've got going on here. And it would be totally idiotic to let any of that go. So, no, that's never going to happen. But since we've already talked about it, you know, we were discussing maybe getting into the superhero fights. Okay, what leads into their particular fight? Okay, considering that they're being made into a team, yeah, we can probably say that was about leadership. But what do you think causes other superhero fights? Why does, like, say the Punisher walk into Gotham City and end up fighting Batman the first time he sees him, which has happened?
Yeah, it's probably because it's a whole people think that they're the only the hero out there kind of thing. Like they know there's other people, but to them it's just all about them. People are self-centered. I mean, like I've seen it when the X-Men fought the Avengers Academy. Why? I don't know. They called the X-Men there to help them. And then they got in a fight, and then they're like, "Oh wait, we should stop fighting. This is stupid." It's like, wait a minute, why did you get in the fight in the first place? Like, it was probably over something like, "You drank my coffee." What? Superhero fight now? It's like I don't get it. It just seems like it's a cheap way for whoever's writing it to kind of have some fantasy matchups happen that people always wanted to see.
True, and I mean, but they don't use any logic to get you there. I mean, let's see, Spider-Man versus Superman. Superman gets shot by...
Wait a minute, hold on now. Did that really happen?
That really happened. Okay, Superman gets shot by I think a red sun laser or something like that. Uh-huh. So it cut his powers down to like 1% of what he normally would be. And then Spider-Man comes up and sucker punches him because someone told him that Superman had done something. Not actually he saw Superman do anything, which, okay... If you're living on someone's reputation, for about 10 years, this guy has saved every person you've ever seen. Some random person walks up and says, "Hey, you know what? Superman just put this person's life in danger." So the first thing you do is go sucker punch him?
Plus, I mean, Spider-Man should know a little something about people talking about things that aren't true. You know, happens all the time in the newspaper, right?
Especially to him.
Yeah.
So then, but to turn that around, like, okay, so he sucker punched Superman, and then like the red sun thing wore off like 2 seconds later. He did it again and almost broke his hand. I love Superman. I thought I'd stick that in there, but
I couldn't hear that. That was weird, but but no, yeah, superhero fights are. I guess they don't want to think too. I mean, because really logically, there's no reason for them to get into fights because. With as much coverage as superheroes get, like within their world, like news-wise, people should know about the other heroes. Like,
agreed.
At least know that they exist enough that when you see them, you don't go, "Who is this random guy saving this bus full of children?" Let me go punch him in the face, and I'll save the bus full of children because clearly he was trying to kill them. So.
But the random superhero fight, as you said, does give us a few things that we want to see: Hulk versus Superman. Superman won every single time.
I couldn't hear that because it was stupid.
Let's see, Batman versus the Hulk. I don't know who came up with that one. You and I have read that, and
stupid.
That should never happen ever.
Like, okay, I can believe that if he had enough prep time, enough technology, Batman could figure out a way to drain the gamma radiation, turn back the Banner, or whatever. But if you're talking about a straight up fight, Batman has a hard time with Bane.
Yeah, and especially the way he won. I mean, I'm not going to get into the way he won because it seems like sacrilege.
It is sacrilege,
but just the way that Batman won that fight just makes no sense whatsoever.
Then again, a lot of things Batman doesn't make sense. Like,
yeah, but he's Batman.
Yeah, that's true. But like just appearing and just saying, "Oh yeah, I beat this guy." It was off screen, but I beat him. Whatever. So, what's our next topic?
Let's see. Well, the Avengers Vs X-Men, and then afterwards we can talk about the stuff that we have going on ourselves.
All right. So basically, from what I've understood, because I'm reading the preludes to the event now, it seems the Phoenix is coming back to Earth, and everyone knows it's coming, and so they're trying to. I guess the Avengers are trying to work with the X-Men to try and stop it. But I guess because the whole Jean Grey thing, they're like, "Oh, we want the Phoenix to come back or some whatever." And they basically what they want to do is not kill it.
Okay.
The Avengers want to kill it, or at the very least capture it. And since Scott is in charge of the X-Men, and he's all emotionally attached, I guess.
Even though he's married to Emma Frost.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I don't know why.
I don't see how that's going to work.
No, I'm sorry. I mean, Jean Grey was okay, but this is Emma Frost, dude. Come on.
Yeah.
Come on. But so they're gonna fight over that. I mean, it's not gonna make too much sense because really, come on, you should be fighting the Phoenix. Don't welcome it back because it never goes good.
Yeah, I mean, every time the Phoenix is showing up, let's see, Jean Grey dies, Jean Grey gets cloned, the world is in danger, the Mcron crystal almost destroys the universe. Nothing ever happens well when the Phoenix is around. So the idea that, I mean, you know, Wolverine had to kill the woman he loved because of the Phoenix. I mean, nothing has ever gone right with the Phoenix around. Nope. So that the X-Men somehow forget this every single time the Phoenix shows up, it's just amazing to me.
Yeah, and it's just Cyclops' X-Men. I'm guessing they're just going on orders because in the overall the big cover picture of the Avengers fighting the X-Men, Wolverine and Beast are on the Avengers side.
That's not gonna last. Wolverine loves Jean Grey.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he's gonna end up joining Cyclops.
I'm not sure Jean Grey is still the Phoenix host. I think it's just the Phoenix spirits coming back.
Then that makes no sense.
Well, because Cyclops' daughter Hope is there, and I guess they're gonna try and use her to channel the Phoenix or something. She's like Mutant Kind's last hope or some stupid thing. I don't know. I can't keep up with the X-Men. They just be doing stuff for no reason.
How is it that Cyclops' kids are always the last hope for something?
Right, and then, like, he never actually has kids in the timeline. You never see him have kids. You always hear that he had kids in the future somewhere, in some alternate timeline, who were once robots but are now humans and then now mutants.
And then they pop up and they're like, you know, I'm the only person who can defeat Apocalypse. Why?
How did that happen? How is that possible? How did you come back in time to do this? I mean, we would have had to have made it past Apocalypse for me to have kids, for you to come back and say that you can save us from Apocalypse.
Plus, your dad sucks.
Yeah, thank you. Your dad is terrible.
Yeah, but for all you people out there who like Cyclops, sorry, he sucks.
Yeah, pick a different hero. But one thing I found was interesting is that Black Panther is on the Avengers side because he's coming back from Wakanda to actually be involved in this. And the funny thing, which will lead to lots of awkward moments, is that Storm is on the X-Men side. That is going to cause a huge divorce right there.
Yeah, probably not.
They'll probably just be playing around like, whatever, these mortals in their games.
Yeah, in the end, you know, Storm is probably just going to go, honey, and he's going to say, okay, never mind. I'll see you guys later. I got to join the X-Men.
Or at the very least, he's like, look, I'm not going to be on either side because I'm married to Storm. She'll kill me.
Yeah, because this is Storm.
Yeah.
And, you know, it's funny because, like, Jean Grey is supposedly the Omega of all mutants except for Apocalypse. But I just don't see Jean Grey beating Storm if Storm really wanted to do it.
Right? Because, like, look, you can lift things with your mind and move things around, and, you know, that's really, really powerful. But do you have a lightning shield? I don't think you do.
Like, can you drop tornadoes on pretty much anything you want to at any point in time, anywhere?
No.
I mean, and then, you know, Storm is probably the only person in the X-Men universe who could go to Mars and be fine.
Yeah. So, but yeah, I'm not sure how it's going to turn out. We all know the Avengers are going to win because mutants have a few heavy hitters. It seems like everybody on the Avengers nowadays is a heavy hitter, or at least can take out a heavy hitter. You know, like I don't think because Iron Man's really just overpowered right now in comic books.
Okay,
he's freaking powerful. Thor's back now. Well, speaking of heavy hitters, though, they had a section of the comic book that was like it was telling you who was on what side, and then there was a wild card section, and there are two people who caught my eye. Deadpool is a wild card; I know where he stands, and the Incredible Hulk is a wild card.
Well, let's see. Raging energy from another universe that the Avengers just want to kill for no reason. Raging green ball of anger that people keep wanting to... Yeah.
He's going to want to fight the Phoenix Force.
He's going to want to fight it.
I always had this dream that it'd be really cool if the Phoenix Force, yes, the Phoenix Hulk.
That would just be wrong on so many levels. A
flying telekinetic fire using rage monster that never dies.
That's as bad as Jugger Colossus.
Nothing's as bad as Jugger Colossus. That dude is just big for no reason.
I mean, that's just. I mean, to give the Hulk the Phoenix Force and giving Colossus the Juggernaut's Ruby of Sidorak power, that's just wrong. I mean,
you know what's more wrong? Giving Jugger Colossus the Phoenix Force.
That would be horrible.
The Jugger Colossus Phoenix.
I would actually have to admit that Superman would lose that fight. That's just wrong. Just because Superman would have to lose, that makes it wrong.
No, isn't Cyclops? I mean, not Cyclops because he's terrible. Isn't Colossus like already one of the strongest, like physically strongest people on the planet?
Yeah, he's like in the top 10.
Top 10. Isn't Juggernaut also in the top 10?
Juggernaut's like number 2.
So that means, logically, that means Juggernaut Colossus should be number 1.
Yeah, but that makes him stronger than the Hulk.
No, we all Hulk's the strongest one there is. He would just end up winning somehow, because he's the Hulk. But if he got the Phoenix Force, it's like, why do we have other people? all we need is him to go around and save us, But I think, what side do you think the Hulk will be on?
Honestly, I think he'll end up being on the X-Men side.
Probably because they understand him more?
Well, not because they understand him more, but I think he'll understand the Phoenix more than anybody else. I mean, it's not like the Phoenix wants to destroy stuff. It just kind of happens.
It's like, sorry guys, I just kind of destroyed the town.
I mean, the Phoenix Force is actually a guardian.
Right.
So it's not like it wants to do it. It just kind of does. So, and the Hulk, I mean, really, honestly, the Hulk is just this big green mound of muscle who's walking around, and he breaks things. It's not because he wanted to break them. It just happens to be that, everything's like cardboard.
It's like, just build tougher stuff, guys. Build it all out of vibranium. All of it. Everything.
And he'd probably still find a way to break it. Because this is the Hulk.
Yeah, this is the Hulk. That's true. If it's there, he'll break it. But yeah, now who do you think will win
between
the Avengers and
the X-Men?
Yeah. Not including the Hulk or Deadpool because they're
the
both,
Avengers.
You think the Avengers will win?
They have Captain America.
Captain America doesn't lose. Yeah, sure, he does not lose. No.
The only way the Avengers lose is if Captain America decides that he's going to join the X-Men for this fight.
And he won't.
And he's not.
So
too loyal.
That's true. No matter how powerful you are, you cannot beat Captain America. Even Captain America, because even evil Odin, like he broke his shield, but then didn't kill him. It's like you're a god. Can't you just like zap? I mean, because you tore their shield apart with your bare hands.
What? Captain America's still alive, picks up a hammer and kicks his butt.
Right. I mean, because he's Captain America. He's like a patriotic version of Batman without all the tools. He just does it.
Yeah.
And people accept it and go to him first when anything goes wrong.
Which, goes into the thing that I think I said before, that I believe that the super soldier serum had to have affected more than just his muscles. It had to have affected his brain. Like, you don't learn how to do all those angles with the shield in 2 seconds unless your brain has super amped.
Oh, well, he was skinny. He could have been a really smart person.
Yeah, but they've never said anything about him being that smart.
Then they didn't say anything about him not being that smart.
That's true, they didn't.
The people in comic books are they are as smart as they need to be at the moment.
Fair enough. Yeah, that really is true, because, you watch, like, Nightwing, Dick Grayson doesn't really seem to be that smart, but then he turns around and he can do all these advanced chemical compounds, and he can figure out what the Riddler's talking about, which I've never been able to do unless I wrote it.
Yeah, but
no, I've never written a Batman comic, but I've written some fan fiction. I just wanted to put that out there. But DC, if you want to let me write a Batman story, I've got a few. Just saying.
Right. But I can't wait to see, because like now Cap's shield is literally made out of magic. So he has adamantium, vibranium, and whatever Thor's hammer is made out of. Yeah, that. It's magic. He has a magic shield.
Yeah, it'll get broken somehow. That's like the cliche
right.
of all cliches. Yeah. The unbreakable shield keeps getting broken.
But now it should do at least good enough to fight against the Phoenix and the X-Men.
Yeah, the Phoenix and the X-Men shouldn't have a chance. Not against the shield. I mean, maybe no, they don't really have a chance against Cap either.
No.
So yeah,
because he has the charging star.
You know, it's funny because like when you look at the what was it, Earth? I think it's Earth X.
Mm-hmm.
Captain America is one of the few superheroes still walking around.
He's always one of the few people still walking around, dude. He's that. I bet you they never mentioned that serum would work just so well. It worked so really good.
Yeah, but you know, like it does all these great things for Captain America, but nobody else can get it. Even if you can get some of his blood,
it doesn't work.
You can't find. That's like they can't figure out what the compounds are, which probably means it was something like you know, dude had some Euro metal and put that into the compound and somehow found a way to melt it, and that's how he did it.
Or is it like him melted into his soul? I remember in the movie he said it makes a bad man worse and a good man better. So maybe it just made him better somehow.
And then disappeared.
Yeah, and then it just left. It did its job. Well, I mean, that kind of makes sense. It just boosts his body up to that level, and then it doesn't need to be there anymore.
Yeah, that's true. You know, actually, there was a comic book from the 90s where the super soldier serum started breaking down in Captain America's system. And, like, he was losing his strength and losing all those abilities. I don't remember how that turned out. Obviously, it turned out that it didn't work out, that he got his power back.
Yeah, he's probably just sick.
It's like maybe he was poisoned or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, because they come up with some way powerful poisons in Marvel. Yeah, they poisoned the Hulk once, and he had like 24 hours to live. It went over about 6 issues, but in each issue the Hulk was a little skinnier and a little skinnier. There's in the final issue he's like, do you know who Manute Bol was?
No.
Okay, well, imagine someone who is about as thick as some rails on a railroad track. Okay, but he's 7 feet tall. Yeah, that's what the Hulk looked like in the final episode of that, because he was being poisoned, and he was the Gray Hulk at the time. So he also had he only had he didn't even have 24 hours, I think, he started out with 24 hours, but then it slowed down because he became the Hulk, but he could only stay the Hulk at night at this point. So when he turned back to Banner, he was going to die. So he was thinking he would just keep jumping around the planet to stay ahead of the sun. But he was losing his strength, and so he was just like, okay, no. So yeah, no, they come up with some really powerful poisons.
Yeah.
In Marvel.
I love how in Marvel every scientist knows about different dimensions and how to pierce it and time travel. It's like, how do you all know? Like, is there a class in college that I missed where you just learn how to travel through time and do whatever you want?
Well, actually, I guess if somebody had discovered that, there probably would be classes like that.
Right. But, like, would you tell people about that? Like, I wouldn't.
I wouldn't. No.
Yeah,
no.
like, no. I don't trust none of y'all. Y'all might just go try and kill everybody.
I can reach into another dimension and pull out a cosmic sword. Now, why would I tell you how to do that?
Exactly. Alright, so I guess our last actual topic
is
for today.
Some of the stuff that we have going on.
Yeah. For those of you who read the website, we have a new project coming out called Codenamed Comics. The people here at Codenamed Epic are starting to make their own comic books now. You know, because we all grew up loving it, and we want to actually contribute to that field.
Yeah, and you know, some new original stories with new original characters, things that well, hopefully, you know, maybe you've never seen before.
Right, like we have strong female characters who don't need to be saved every 5 seconds.
Yeah, you know, Wonder Woman has gotten really strong in the past couple of years, but before that, the most powerful woman on the planet fall in a hole has to wait for Superman to save her. I just never understood that.
She can fly, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
And super strong.
I'm not going to think about that.
With a magic lasso.
I'm just going to accept it.
And needs to be saved. Yeah.
Out of a hole.
Out of a hole.
Wait,
yeah.
Was it a normal hole?
Yeah.
Wow. So our book is going to be like revolutionary.
Pretty much. Yes, pretty much.
We also have things like, you know how in comics or in any fiction really, when a bad guy can kill a good guy and they don't for whatever dumb reason? Yeah, we don't have plot-induced stupidity.
Yeah, our bad guys will kill you if they get a chance.
If they get a chance, yeah. It's going to be, what we hope, will be intelligently written. They're not going to be these glaring plot holes and stupid things, you know, that you see. Like, there's no monologuing. Or if they do monologue, they've got you. Like,
or they monologue after they've shot you. You know,
yeah.
I mean, it doesn't make any sense. You know, if I were going to tell Batman what I was going to do, I'd shoot him in the head first.
And then tell him.
Tell his corpse.
Right. But, yeah, so we think it's gonna be cool. It's gonna be a little refreshing from what's been out there. We're gonna have heroes willing to kill because that's how you end the threat. I mean, you don't just put them in jail when they've broken out for like the 37th time, you know?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, you have to have, to a certain degree, you have to decide that some things make sense, you know? And like, one of the things that never made sense is Batman putting the Joker away. Okay, the Joker is the most homicidal maniac on the planet.
Yeah.
Period.
He's not going to get better. He's not going to get better. And if he did, he wouldn't want to be better.
So, you know, putting him away is not doing anything. It's not accomplishing anything other than letting him kill other people. Eventually, you have to decide, you know what, he's too big a threat. And if you can't do it yourself, have Bruce Wayne pay some cop to do it.
Yeah.
I mean, he's right there in the jail.
Right. So we're going to hopefully, you know, bring a new direction to comic books. We have a lot of different interesting new powers. You know, not just the generic, hey, I'm super strong. Hey, I can fly. Hey, I can do all of that. You know, we're not going to have, you know, any of that. We have...
We'll have a little of that.
Well, little of that, but, like, you know, because you have to have your generic strength people. But we're hoping to bring a new spin on powers. You know, some uniqueness. And we have a total of 4 universes that, you know, as we get them out and ready, you'll find out more about it. But there's something for everybody in there.
Yeah, 2 of them have, well, they have rules, but the rules allow us to do pretty much anything.
Yeah. I mean, we have one world alone that will satisfy people who like anime, comic books, video games, stupid stuff on the internet. You know, it's gonna be something for everybody. So even if you're not into comics, you'll like some part of these new series coming out. And our first one is going to start actually on a website that will be announced to you guys later. It'll be a 13-panel run.
Yeah, 13 panels. You know, when it was first brought up to us, I thought he said 13 pages, and I had all these ideas. Then it occurred to me that he said panels.
Yeah, it's a challenge.
It's a challenge, but I think it's a challenge that we're up for.
Yeah, and it's going to make us, you know, better at doing stuff, you know.
Yeah, for no other reason than because we have to figure out how to limit what we have to say to get things to within a certain amount of time.
Right.
I mean, when we first started working on our first universe, we kept expanding the amount of pages we needed because there's just so much content. Well, we don't get that choice here.
Nope.
So
yeah, that'll be our first run, and after that, the full books will start coming out. Don't know how fast just yet because this is a little bigger than we thought it was originally. You know, balancing, you know, going to school, having a life, work, and then, you know, doing a full comic book. But
yeah, family.
It's getting quicker though.
It really is.
It's getting quicker.
As we've learned over the past couple of years what we needed to do.
Yeah.
And learning what we needed to do took more time than actually doing what we're doing.
Yeah, it's true.
So yeah, it's gotten faster, and we're getting more equipment, and so everything is beginning to move at a better clip.
All right. And
so hopefully, you know, by the end of this year, we will be ready to actually start doing some production.
Yeah, and you know, we have a few other people in Codenamed Epic who want to start writing novels or their own comic books and stuff. So you know, there's gonna be a lot of content like unique that you can't get anywhere else. We also have a project called Codenamed Music coming out. Basically, we have a house band now. We think we're pretty awesome because, well, I'm in it, so you know. But you'll be seeing that pop up on the website as well. A whole section dedicated to the music that we make and put in our videos. And you know, if you want to donate $1 million to the cause, there'll be a button there for that.
Yeah, and also there will be a section on the site coming up very soon where you'll be able to order Codenamed Epic stuff.
Yeah.
You know, cups, mugs, hats, wristbands, T-shirts.
So all this should happen by the end of the year, hopefully. But it's gonna be an interesting year coming up. We have a couple partnerships with a couple other websites that are going to be really awesome. And you know, shoot, in a few weeks we're going to WonderCon and Anime Kanji, which is going to be fun.
Yeah, it should be a blast. Everybody join us for the ride. Tell your friends.
Yep, we'll be doing Anime Kanji and part of WonderCon with PMX, our partners, and should be pretty awesome because hopefully they should be getting us some exclusives because we love them. But yeah, it's.
Wait, we love them. We love the exclusives for PMX.
We love both of them.
Exactly.
We love both of them.
Yes, we wanted to just make sure that everyone understood. We love them both.
Yeah. But yeah, that's what we're doing in this next year. We're going to be pretty busy. I mean, like there are days where I come home and my family's like, "So where have you been for like 3 days?" And it's like, I've been working.
Yeah, well, you know, my family, I walk through the door, they look at me and they say hi, I eat dinner, and then I'm out. So, I mean, you know, but it's all for a good cause, and I think, you know, our families understand that we're putting in all this time and effort because we're doing something worthwhile,
right?
Not just because we're out, you know, screwing up.
Right? No, we're out, you know, doing something that's good, something that's, you know, it's literature, really. I mean, there's pictures to it, but it's art, you know, and I think I think the world will like it.
I think the world will change because of it.
Yes. Then I can finally rule with an iron fist. But I mean, no, like there's literally something in this for everybody, for every type of person. I mean, it should be something that everyone likes. And you know, we're not gonna compromise anything to make, you know, like one person happy. Like, I think it should be this. It's like, well, sorry. Because a lot of good stories have been ruined by like editors or you know someone else saying, you know, you should add this. Like, for example, Sasuke was created in Naruto because Shonen Jump believed Naruto needed a rival, and then they thought, hey, he needs his own team now that he's gone rogue. And then, you know, those retard people showed up.
So let me get this straight. Some editor is the reason why I have to put up with Sasuke?
Yes.
Yeah, nah. They cannot be allowed.
No. So we're gonna tell our story.
If we don't have a dog, it won't be a dog.
Yeah, exactly. If the character's a girl, it's going to be a girl. We're not changing it to a guy. So yeah, that's one thing that we're gonna have that's different, is that we're gonna actually have our own story told our way. So don't worry about any compromises coming out of there. But I can't wait to start.
I can't wait to see something up on a website, which will be very soon. Hopefully in the next month or two.
Hopefully, if I can remember the logon password for the site. Turns out, got it. But yeah, it's gonna be a blast. And yeah, and we'll keep you updated on our next episode. Right now, it looks like this is gonna be a once a month show because we talk about so much and it goes forever. But if things start working out the way we think it is, it might end up being once every 2 weeks. So keep an eye out for the greatest show known to mankind. This has been Off Topic with Kirby Kid
and Black Superman.
Thanks for listening, guys.